Okay, before we do recap, why don't we look at our updated characters? So everybody leveled up after last game, which means that you learned more stuff and became more competent. So starting off with Claire, the things that you got are your hit points went up, so you're tougher. And then you got more spells. So if you go to your last page, you now have access to second level spells, which are more powerful.
Ooh.
So I put those, I added those in, and then I just chose the ones that I thought were most reasonable for you to prepare, but you can mix and match if you need to. Lesser Restoration is used to end some kind of condition, like if someone's poisoned or something like that. Spiritual Weapon summons a magical hammer that attacks people on its own, so you don't need to like hit them. You just like summon this hammer and it beats on them.
Yep. What's that been before?
Aid gives people bonus hit points and helps them to hit. Calm Emotions is what it says on the box. Enhance Ability you cast on somebody, and that increases any one of their abilities, so Strength, Dexterity, Constitution, Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma. So if you know you're going into a battle, for example, you might do Enhance Ability on Picard or Lorelei if they're going to go into battle. Hold Person freezes someone in place, a human specifically.
Ooh.
Locate Object is used to locate a specific object, I think within a mile. And then Silence creates a globe of silence around a target, 20-foot radius, that there's no sound at all within that area.
Okay.
And you have 2 spell slots of that level, so you can cast 2 of those.
Got it.
So that is Claire's new stuff. Lorelei, you also got more hit points, so you're tougher. And then on the right side of the first page, you have Ear for Deceit, so that helps you determine if somebody is lying. And then you also got Insightful Fighting, which is you can kind of look at someone's tactics and interpret them, and then if you succeed, you can sneak attack them, which means you get to do more damage. And your sneak attack damage also went up. So when you're able to sneak attack, you roll 2 6-sided dice instead of just 1.
Okay.
So I think that's Lorelei's additions. Jean-Luc also got more hit points. Your Lay on Hands became more potent, so you can heal 15 hit points now with your Lay on Hands. You become immune to disease, and you can use your power to create a sacred weapon, which makes one of your weapons +3 to hit and to damage for 1 minute. You can also turn unholy, so undead creatures or demons, those kinds of things, you can try to use your power to make them run away from you. And then your spells didn't change, but I think you got 1 more spell slot. So you have 3 spell slots now, so you can cast 3 of those spells.
And remind me what the little dots inside the circles are under the spells.
Those are the ones that you actually have prepared that you are ready to use. But if you want to mix and match those, if you want to move those around, feel free to do so. So you can prepare 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different ones.
Got it.
What determines how many spells you can have?
Your level and your ability modifier. So in your case, it's your level and your intelligence. Okay. So Jane, you also got some more hit points. And your Arcane Recovery actually goes up to 2 spell slots per short rest. Sorry, that was not correct.
Okay, Arcane Recovery.
Yep, on the right side, halfway down the page.
Okay, up to 2.
Yep.
Nice. Okay.
And then you learn more, and then you learn second level spells.
Cool.
So I thought detect thoughts and locate object were pretty reasonable ones for Jane to have.
Okay, so you said 2 more spells. Oh, yeah, I see them.
Yep.
I have to scroll down. That's why.
You know even more
That's
stuff
what
now.
happens when you get
Yep.
level. Okay.
And so because you only have the detect thoughts prepared, you have those 2 spell slots, which means you could cast detect thoughts twice, or you could use one of those 2nd level spell slots to cast one of your other spells at a more powerful level.
Oh, right, okay.
So some of them, like if you cast sleep at a higher level,
Uh-huh.
you get to affect more people, for example.
Gotcha.
And I think fog cloud at a higher level affects a larger area.
Okay, cool. I have, okay, I think that all makes sense.
And again, if you want to move your prepared spells around, absolutely feel free to.
Okay, cool. I want to make sure that I've got all the things that I got last game.
Yeah.
So my staff, streaky.
Did you get a staff and strike?
Yeah, oh, that's what it is.
Yes, I
And
did
G
not.
is cut off. Yeah, staff striking. It's on here.
Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
but I didn't put it under your stuff. Okay, right.
Right, but I just wanted to make sure. So I still have my quarterstaff, plus I've got that thing.
Yeah.
Now.
Yep.
Cool. And I think that's all the stuff that I got
Uh-huh.
last time. What is in a scholar's pack?
Nerd stuff.
Cool.
Probably like paper and string and.
Okay. I just want to make sure I know what I've got on me for it. If
Yeah, I will tell you specifically.
Okay.
Backpack, book of lore, bottle of ink pen, 10 sheets of parchment, little bag of sand, and a small knife.
I'm going to do that before we start. No, wait.
Here, I'll just email it to you.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Susan, the lighting on your face exactly matches the lighting in your background, so it looks like you're really there.
That's true. Yeah, this background is from one of our favorite hotels in Ireland. This is wallpaper.
Oh, wow.
Here. Yeah, this is that was the bar at the hotel, so they had.
Oh, neat. So that's someplace you've really been.
They had the wallpaper, so it looked like the books were like the whole place was.
Oh,
lined.
right. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
I thought
nice.
I thought it was appropriate for Miss Marple.
No.
Perfect.
Okay, any questions on anything before we get started?
I don't think so. Sorry, he had to go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay, no, that's fine.
And I'm doing this without headphones, so if you guys start hearing like an echo slap back, let me know.
Okay. And this is the exterior of the cafe, Liz?
Yes, this is the exterior of Luke's Diner.
Mm.
Go over and see.
Oh, right, nice.
Okay, so he's coming. We don't have to wait for him.
Okay.
His fault.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so scheduling wise, so we might wrap up tonight. We'll just kind of see how you guys progress, but you're getting close to what I anticipated to be the end. So it'll just depend. If we get, kind of close, like within half an hour, if you guys are up for extending tonight, we can do that. If not, maybe we can find a time on Wednesday, the next couple of weeks. I don't know what your guys' Wednesdays look like.
That's fine.
It's good. Yeah.
We can change it.
Liz, does Wednesday work
Yep.
for you?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great. Well, we will play it by ear, depending on how you guys progress. Okay, Susan, you want to do our recap?
Yes. Somehow
From
my
memory.
notes didn't get saved last week. So I'll do it from memory, and so yes, so even more than usual, if anybody wants to jump in, if I'm not remembering something or remembering something incorrectly, please do chime in. So yeah, we were heading into the Gray Peaks with Ernie, who is what's the guy's?
Connor? No, the other one.
Or the other one.
Charlie?
Charlie, none.
Charlie Hall's son. And he's kind of showing us where he had gone with his dad. And so we were attacked by a kind of giant bird thing that we managed to fight off. And as we were continuing on, at some point, kind of as we were getting close to the Great Peak, this was the game where there was an earthquake and like a little gnome creature fell down into the crack, right? Okay, and so we helped her out, and she kind of was
Gambit?
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah, and she was happy to lead us a little bit closer to the Gray Peaks and kind of the dwelling that they've got there. And as we were getting pretty close, was Noah, I think, was the one who first came around holding a bunch of, came around a corner holding a bunch of the green gems and was basically like, you can't make me go back, I'm not answering for what I did. And we were like, oh, okay, so you're the one who's been causing the problem. So had, I can't remember who attacked first, but there was a fight. And then at some point, Connor started shooting arrows at us, so we had to deal with all of that. I think Jean-Luc got hit a couple times.
Yes.
Yeah, so had to deal with all of that. He actually disappeared before we were able to confront him, but we managed to incapacitate and I think tied up Noah and brought him back to town with us. So he is currently with the sheriff and keep forgetting the names of the councilman or something like that.
Ethan Bailey.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, somebody else who's kind of responsible for running the town being interrogated, and I think that's where we wrapped it.
Yep.
Anybody remember anything that I missed?
Yeah. That's good.
Do we still have the 3 stones?
Yes.
Yes, that's right. We took the 3 stones
Mhm.
from. I think we divided them amongst us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then you guys went back to the daisy chain. Lexi gave you a nice dinner. You rested, recuperated from your wounds. You dealt with the arrows in Jean-Luc, and felt much better in the morning. Went down to breakfast. Lexi serves you up kind of rashers and tomatoes and pot of coffee. And as you're having breakfast, Councilman Bailey comes in, nods at you all, gestures at a seat to ask permission to sit down, and pulls it out and has a seat. Says, well, now, what we spoke with Noah all night, and I think it's time to share our stories. So tell me what you have pieced together about what's going on.
Anybody?
I think that's on.
Bueller?
Bueller.
The character names are gone, and I'm blanking on Susan's.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
I'll
the
put
guy
it
with
back.
the guy with the hat, we think he did it, right?
Yes. I would say that, yeah. Noah did it at Connor's behest. And next we're thinking of going and checking on Connor's son after we've recuperated and are ready for a potential Scrabble if scrap? No, scrap, not Scrabble. A potential scrap if need be. But I would say that Susan's character, whose name I can't remember, would fill. Jane would fill in the rest.
Yeah, can I do would be reasonable here?
Yeah, I want to check him out. I don't know that I trust him.
Perception check to see if I can figure out how much would be wise to share with Councilman Bailey.
Oh, maybe an insight.
Insight? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Not quite as good. A 9.
9. I mean, he's the one who asked you to be on this job. So, I mean, if he's crooked, it's all gone bonkers. It's all gone off the rails.
Okay.
Which doesn't mean that he isn't. I'm just...
Right. Says we got bigger problems than letting him know.
Right.
Well, we do believe that Connor has been, of course, so troubled by his wife's disappearance and may believe that the green gems that sometimes appear in the mountains might be able to do something to help with that. We're not sure what yet because we haven't been able to confront and speak with Connor, but it does seem that he manipulated Noah into finding these green gems for him by promising. I think he just said he would make him rich beyond,
Right.
Just something very vague like that.
Right.
By promising honestly, some things that I don't believe Connor had the capacity to fulfill. But that is our understanding from what we've been able to speak to Noah about. Were you able to get any more information out of him?
Well. Noah, of course, pins it entirely on Connor. But Noah's not necessarily the most reputable source. It's difficult to know what the truth is. I think Connor, his wife was a walk-in like you, and she died in a monster attack a few years ago, and he's had a hard time of it. But he's still a reputable member of the town. He has his boy to think about. It's difficult to believe that Connor would propagate such dastardly deeds.
Difficult to believe. He shot me.
Well, that is quite damning, I have to say. It's possible he could have been under the influence of this Noah, is it?
If you were under the influence, if Connor was under the influence of Noah, then why is Noah here, and why did Connor escape?
Yes, good reasoning. Well, it sounds like the next step is to try to track down Connor. Noah claims that he has a cave up in the Gray Peaks that he would retreat into. Perhaps you can pursue him there and see what you can find.
I'm going to need another cup of coffee.
Sorry, what was that, Liz?
I'm going to need another cup of coffee.
Yes, well. Yes, please carry on. Good job so far. Good job. Very, very pleased. We've got Noah in custody, and hopefully after you talk to Connor, we'll clear this whole big mess up.
Talk to Connor.
Well, I suppose we must do our best, and back to the Gray Peaks it is.
Yeah.
So before we do, should we check on his son?
Yes, I do want to see how Jack's been doing.
All right, let me go get my backpack with my rapier, burglar's pack, leather armor, 2 daggers, thieves' tools, potion of healing, and bracers of defense.
Excellent.
I'll be right
All
back.
right, you guys get all your gear. Jane with her new spiffy staff.
I no longer have -1. I try to hit something.
Yeah, look at that. Hey.
Ooh, sound better.
And you guys go over to Connor's place to check on Jack.
Yeah, I think so.
Sure.
Yeah, it's morning. It's maybe just before school time, so you actually see Jack leaving the house with a bundle of books under his arm.
Okay.
Looks a little bit startled to see you.
Didn't expect us to be back, did you?
Give me an insight check, Lorelei.
All right. 17 minus, I guess -1 if it says -1 by insight.
Yes.
So 17, so 16.
16. Okay. Yeah, Jack is certainly surprised. It's you think that it's maybe a little bit more surprised than just like strangers, coming to see him. But you also like feel that he's maybe a little bit like rattled in general.
Mm-hmm.
He pulls up abruptly as you all approach. I'm headed to school.
Are you now?
He points to his books.
Jack, when did you last see your father?
Saw him yesterday morning. He was going out in the mountains.
What did he say to you before he left?
He said he was going out. He might be gone for a little while. He goes on trips sometimes for a few days.
Lorelei, have you in some way shared your impression of Jack with us?
I don't think so.
And I won't ask the question I was about to ask.
Uh, Yeah, I don't think so. I think Lorelei is just about had enough of Hamlet and just wants to get. It's like we just get back from the mountains, having a glass of wine. Now we're back out again. And now we're-
Jack's like, well, see ya. He goes to run around you to head to the schoolhouse.
do we want to get some more information out of him?
I mean,
He's never had any information for us before. It's
Were
just
we
that-
checking on him?
we were checking on him, and like I'm trying to avoid. I don't know if this counts as meta gaming, but like if you had the impression that he was surprised to see us, we could do like persuasion and that kind of thing to try to see if he knew anything about us.
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't just like, oh, hey, what are you guys doing is here? It's more like, hey, oh, look at you guys are here.
So Lorelei, I think since you were the one who got the impression of him, it would make sense for you to be the one to.
I think that as he runs around me, I turn around and I grab a hold of his shirt collar and
Hey, kid.
hey,
Okay, he scrambles to a stop.
let's talk.
Miss Lindsay's gonna be upset at me if I'm late.
We'll give you a note.
Lindsay.
Okay.
So do we do a persuasion?
Yeah,
Was that Liz?
Lorelei.
Is that me? All right.
What are you trying to get him to do, or what do you want from him?
Maybe more information about his dad, or what goes on in the cave. Like, what are we walking into?
Yeah, knowing stuff about the caves.
Okay.
That's good.
Sure.
That's good. All right.
I do think that if he's surprised to see us, like, did his dad say something about us?
Or did he not expect to ever see us again?
Right.
Yeah, why don't you do persuasion with advantage? So roll twice and take the better.
So roll, what did you say?
Roll twice and take the better roll.
Okay. 11 and 1. So I'll take 11, and then you said persuasion?
Yep.
Yeah.
Plus 7, so that's 18.
Oh,
Oh, nice. Lorelei's persuasive.
Right? Play to your strengths.
Yeah.
Okay. Jack kind of looks up at you. He seems a little bit worried, and he's like, "Well, Dad says that we can get back to Mom in the cave."
Has he told you how you get back to your mother?
He said it's dangerous, and I wasn't ever to go up there without him.
This has to do with the gems.
Yeah, did he tell you anything about the gems and going to see your mom?
No.
Do you know how to get to the cave, Jack?
Yeah.
Can you tell us how to?
Yeah, I can draw you a map. He takes out one of his books and opens it up and gets out a piece of scratch paper and draws it on there, using some landmarks that you guys recognize from your last trip up the Gray Peaks. He draws a map that it looks like it'll only take a few hours to get to the cave entrance.
Okay.
Do we want to bring him with us?
I think there's there's like a little stone village in the cave. There's a bunch of little people that live in there.
In the cave.
In the cave. They're very friendly.
Lorelei, I don't think we need to bring him with us. I think we've got the map.
Okay.
What if his dad's there?
Would it
Well, but
age him or calm him?
Maybe.
there's the potential for violence. I don't think he needs to be
Yeah.
there.
That's true. It might also look like we're holding the kid hostage. Which
Yeah,
That's true. That's
I
true.
don't
Good
want to
point.
seem like we've brought him into
We're-
danger.
we're diplomats, not terrorists.
True.
Okay.
All right. Well, you go have a good day at school. Thanks for the map.
Okay, bye. He takes off.
Well, I think it's fairly clear. You know, we knew the green gems showed up. It corresponded with the showing up of outsiders like us. I'm conferring with the group, by the way. You know,
Mhm.
with outsiders like us, and so therefore, the our conversation earlier about whoever was going after it, not going after the gems, not being after riches, but trying to get home or go somewhere else seems to be accurate.
Mhm.
Perhaps his wife, who was an outsider, you know, wasn't actually killed by a monster and was essentially sent back to where she came from, and he's trying to follow her back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In which case, we need more.
Gems.
Yes.
Mm.
If it's one gem per person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I think, yeah, we need to go to this little cave.
Okay. You guys head off into the mountain. Okay, yeah, you head into the Great Peaks. You know now to keep a wary eye out for flying horrible bird monster things.
Right.
None of those harass you, fortunately. But about 2 hours in, you guys hear and start to feel the earth rumble a little bit. You kind of hear this thump, 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 and you see like little pebbles are jumping with each sound of this thunderous noise coming off from the right to the south.
Oh, Lord. Now.
Now what?
You guys see cresting a hill to the right, a truly massive form. It must be 20, 25 foot tall, humanoid. He's got an axe slung over one shoulder, a sack slung over the other shoulder. It looks like the giant that you guys found that was sleeping ain't sleeping no more.
Mm.
He spots you. He spots you. He had been going this way. He spots you, and he turns and starts heading right towards you.
Oh, so he sees us.
Yes.
Did we just
We
leave
walked
him
around him.
alone last time?
Yeah, we didn't engage. last
Dum,
time.
dum, dum. These huge feet shaking the earth with each step. He's approaching you 100 feet.
And so,
And he doesn't look friendly.
Yeah, give me an insight check, Lorelei.
Six.
6. It's difficult to tell. I mean, he's basically humanoid. He's got this big bushy beard, so that kind of obscures his features.
so me wanting to always avoid what's happening?
Hurry.
Oh,
Sorry.
when I always avoid violence, I just say, Hello.
Excuse me.
I'm trying very hard to appear non-threatening.
It comes.
I'm hanging on my staff like, oh, I'm just a helpless woman. Don't
Holding my teacup.
I need my cane to stand upright.
So sorry in your way.
So it comes up to you and looks down at you and talks at you in some language.
All right, I cast comprehend languages.
Okay. Before you do that,
Okay.
he sees that you don't understand and kind of furrows his brow. He takes the sack off of his shoulder, reaches into it, and pulls out a square wooden cage that he plops down on the ground in front of him. And inside this cage is about a 3-foot tall little person. Kind of scrawny. He's got little pointed ears. He's dressed. It looks like he's dressed in what used to be pretty nice clothes, but have degraded over time as he's basically just been like bounced around in this cage in this giant sack. The little creature speaks up and says, "You are blessed to be in the sight of the great dragon hunter, Jotun Bjorn."
Whoa.
Oh. Well, that is quite an honor. And who are you, please?
The giant says. The little halfling speaks up and says, "The great Jotun Bjorn wishes to know if you have seen any dragons."
No, we have not seen any dragons.
Just big birds.
Yes. No dragons, but some very large birds.
Okay. The halfling says this back to the giant and giant. The giant responds. The halfling says, "The great Jotun Bjorn has deigned to let you live today. You should count yourselves blessed." The giant grabs the cage with the halfling, tosses it back in his sack, throws the sack over his shoulder, and stalks away into the mountains.
Oh. Okay, bye.
That was
Okay.
one of the more uneventful encounters we've had.
Yes. More arrows.
Well, that was alarming for a few reasons.
Yes.
Yeah.
So watch out for dragons.
And being put in a cage and being forced to translate.
Maybe that's his job. Maybe he, that's what he does for a living. We don't know.
Good thing I don't speak any other languages. Sorry.
Okay, you guys reorient on the map and follow it up. You get to a cave opening. It's about 20 feet in diameter. It's a pretty even circle. It looks like it's been somewhat shaped even, like it's almost like an archway carved into the rock here. And it's in the side of the mountain, so you can see it goes down into the mountain. Coming up on it, you don't see anyone out here. You don't see any like vegetation or anything, and it looks just pitch black.
Could I cast like a detection of evil or good spell now, or is it too soon, do we think?
I think it would be good to know what we're going into, or at least have some idea of what might be.
Then let's do it.
All right.
Yeah, and that lasts for up to 10 minutes. So you'll know if there's a aberration, celestial, which is like an angel, elemental, fairy, demon, or undead within 30 feet as you're walking into this cave. What are you guys going to do about light?
That is a good question.
Ooh.
Don't think I
Uh,
remind me what prestidigitation does.
Prestidigitation does like simple effects. It does like cleans clothes.
Okay.
Lorelei has 5 candles on her.
I do.
Yes, in your burglar's pack.
Ah, see, I didn't know it was in your book.
And then prestidigitation, I think, can also do a little bit of light. Let me double check that. Yeah, not enough to create like a permanent light.
Okay.
Yeah, so Lorelei has
Yeah, so
candles.
hopefully I also have matches
Yes.
in there. So everybody take a candle.
Why, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think Claire also has some candles. So, so you guys light up some candles. So yeah, candles do not provide very much illumination. So you guys are heading into this dark tunnel with these, sad little candles projecting a little bit of light that goes maybe 10 or 15 feet. So it's basically just pitch darkness around you. Claire has her detection spell on. You guys walk into the cave. The cave is actually pretty smooth. Again, it looks like it's been worked, the stone here. It was probably originally a natural cave, but it looks like it's been chiseled to be kind of worked stone. And it extends, you guys walk down this cave, probably it goes about straight for about 100, 150 feet. And then it opens up into a slightly larger dome. It's difficult to see with the candlelight. You really can't see how high the ceiling goes. It goes beyond the length of your candlelight. But as you walk into this larger cavern, you encounter what looks like a building. It looks like a stone building, like hewn directly from the rock. You don't see any like bricks or mortar or anything. It looks like somebody just chiseled this building out of the rock. So it's a square building, about 12 feet square. You see it has a roof, and you see that it has a doorway with a stone door, which is closed. The rest of the cavern kind of extends, and you get the impression that there's a bunch of these buildings around and about you.
Oh,
But no beings, just like the little town that he described to us.
Yes, exactly, like a little underground town.
So when we say little town, like tell me again how big this building is?
So it's about 20 feet square. The ceiling is quite a bit shorter than you would expect a normal ceiling to be. So it's
Okay,
maybe
so these might be little people.
So we're not talking miniature, but it's like smaller to be contained within a cave.
Right.
Like maybe dwarfed or something. And they're they're probably out right now. Because the place
You don't see anyone. You don't see or hear anyone around. You guys haven't really explored very much. You've just gotten to this first building.
Okay.
I'm going to very carefully put try the handle of the door
Okay.
to this first building that we've encountered.
Okay. Oh, hey, Claire, you have a light spell as a cantrip.
okay. I was gonna, but wait, which one is it?
Cantrip,
It's light.
Oh, I was totally looking down below that. And the flame, because I kept thinking, I think I have a thing, but I didn't. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, cantrips are free. You can do them whenever.
Yep.
Okay, so sorry. Let's do that.
No, that's great. Okay, so suddenly you guys are glowing with bright magical light. You can see the cavern much more clearly. You see that the ceiling of the cavern is probably about 30, 40 feet up. You see a bunch of these buildings kind of strewn about, and you see a body on the ground about 50 feet away.
Okay, I forgot about the door.
Okay, I'm running over immediately.
Okay.
Maybe I'll rush over.
You rush over. It looks a lot like Tana, like one of those small diminutive
Our friend.
monsters. You turn it over. Give me a medicine check.
Where's our box? Oh my god, right behind our faces. That's not bad. 17.
17. Okay. So yeah, this little gnome is dead. And looking at him, it looks like his skin has been burned, and he's got some foam coming out of his mouth. It looks like reports that you've read of like mustard gas or something from World War I era. It looks like he died from some kind of gaseous poison.
I don't want to use another spell on trying to figure out if that's poison or not. I'm gonna assume that that's what it is.
Can I do investigation?
Sure.
Would that be reasonable?
Yeah.
18.
19.
Oh, what is a 19? It was from where I thought it was. Yeah, no, I see it now. Okay, so that means investigation. That is 24.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, so there are no wounds on his body. So it doesn't seem like he died from any kind of violence like that. You don't find anything in addition to what Claire found in terms of his medical condition. It seems like it happened relatively recently. It doesn't seem like he's particularly decayed. You don't see any obvious like tracks or anything. It seems like he probably like just died right here.
So why would, if somebody was going to gas just one being, that doesn't make sense. Usually when they use that kind of a weapon, it's to get rid of a lot of people at once.
Well, we haven't seen
very
any of
true,
the others.
Lorelei. Yes. There might be more around.
Maybe we could knock on a door.
It's also possible the gas was just in the cave for some other reason.
Like an accident?
Or the creature just happened to be here.
Yeah, maybe we should see if there's anybody in any of these buildings. Any other beings?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, you guys investigate the little town. You find about 20 other little dead gnomes, all from a very similar exposure. Claire, you're like, yep, it's the same thing that got them all. The last one that you come to is Tana.
No!
She is not dead yet. She is severely injured and unconscious and dying.
Okay, can I do a channel divinity and save her?
Yes, absolutely. So that would be to do healing.
Yes, whatever's gonna fix her.
Yes. Yeah, you can absolutely heal her. You can, if you just want to do 1 hit point, that'll like stabilize her and make her conscious, or you can put all 10 into her to heal her completely.
Yeah, let's just do 1 for now.
Okay. Yeah. Conserve those resources.
Yeah.
Can
Okay.
I interrupt very quickly?
Yes.
I haven't done my portent rolls.
Yes, you should do that.
What do I roll for that?
2d20.
2d20. Okay. Oh.
I mean, it could be really useful though.
I know. It's just the 4 is good.
The 4 is good.
The 10 is
The
just
10
kind
is,
of
yeah.
middle of the road,
10
so-
is not as useful.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, Claire, you reach out. A golden light comes from your hands. Tana's breathing stabilizes, and her eyelids kind of flutter open, and she looks up at you.
Hello, little friend. This happens too much to you.
You've saved me. You've saved me again. Oh dear.
Tana, what happened?
She kind of sits up and takes a few breaths, looks around. What is everyone else okay?
Where are we right now?
You are in the town. You're like around a corner. You don't see any of the other gnome bodies from here.
Don't worry about.
The others.
Let's just focus on you getting better. Can you tell us what happened so we'll know how to help you?
Give me a deception, Jane.
That's depressing.
No.
15.
Okay. She's like, okay, I guess we're not worrying about other people now. Tana is like, well, Don't really know. Our friend Connor came up to visit us, like he sometimes does, and we had a nice dinner with him, and he went deeper into the mountain. There have been some new cracks opening that people have been exploring, and he went to go check one out. And then sometime later in the middle of the night, once everyone was sleeping, I got knocked out. I started breathing and smelling something terrible, and I lost consciousness. Sorry.
So Tana, how long has, that's not even very helpful. Why does Connor investigate these cracks?
He's a ranger. He tries to help us.
Even though you attacked him several times yesterday.
I didn't recognize him at first.
Was he mad at you?
Well, I didn't really, when he came in, I didn't join dinner with them.
Mm.
You said he went further into the cave here?
Yeah, there's a new crack I can show you if you want.
Yes, would you like to come with us and help us find Connor?
The canary in a coal mine.
And I'm gonna try to think of some way to get her.
Give me a flat intelligence check.
Okay, just get her through here without seeing.
Uh-huh.
I don't want her to see. Okay, it's just intelligence, so +3, is that right? Okay. 12?
Okay, 12 was pretty good.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a d6 on a 1. You guys stumble on a potty, otherwise you make it through. All right, you make it through. Yeah, so Tana leads you around the town with you being like, no, let's go this way.
And like all sort of like worked around her so that she only just sees right in front of her.
Right. And she leads you around, and yeah, there's this large fissure running up from the floor of the cave. It's probably 20 feet high. It's about 5 feet wide. And she points and she says, I think you went in there. You want to go look at it?
Yes, please come with us and help us find him.
Okay.
I wouldn't say wand.
Okay. She leads you down this fissure, and it kind of zigs and zags a few times. You guys are walking for a little bit longer than you would expect, maybe a good 10 minutes, before it opens up into quite a massive cave. And the reason you can see it is that there is a light source in the middle of this cave. So the cave extends several hundred feet up. It's probably 500 or 600 feet in diameter. It's got this kind of rough stone floor. And near the center of it is this sphere of blue light that has these kind of like rings around it of green energy, these 3 green rings spinning around this sphere of blue light. The sphere itself is probably 10 feet wide. It's this huge ball of energy. And standing in front of it is something that looks like that. It's about elephant sized.
Oh.
And it's doing something, it's doing some kind of magical thing with its front claws, trying to manipulate the blue sphere.
Oh man, we really need that giant now.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Good point, Lorelei.
How close are we to it?
You guys are about 50 feet away, and you all hear a slight scuffling sound to your right. You're also on a ledge that's about 30 feet up, so you're kind of looking down on this, and you hear a scuffling sound to your right. You all jerk your heads over, and you see Connor there. He's got his bow, he's got an arrow knocked. He does not have it drawn, and he just holds up a finger to his lips.
He sees us.
He sees you, yeah, and you see him.
Well, that poses a dilemma.
I want to shoot him.
There.
It's the truth.
I would murmur to everybody that in this situation, number one, we have to give him the benefit of the doubt.
No.
And number two,
Absolutely not.
we know his motivation. We know that he has done something wrong. We are here to bring him to justice, not to kill him and not to be killed.
Who said anything about killing? We can shoot him in a kneecap.
We can have a dialogue here, but first we need to see what's happening. We don't know what this situation is, and we don't know who friend from foe is.
We know exactly who foe is.
We know his motivation. We have to talk to him. We have to say we understand why, and I'm whispering this, by the way.
Yeah.
Very forcibly
have a lot of
in
time.
a British accent. It's like we know why he's doing this, and we can at least talk him down. So let's at least see what's happening here.
Dear, I do believe this might be a classic case of better the devil you know.
He, after he does that, he gestures to like this. You guys looking down into the cavern see the dragon briefly like cock its head and like pause for a second. Everyone like just stops silent like immediately, I presume, when you see this. And it kind of stops its magical gesticulations, and it's like it's listening, and then it goes back to its magic.
I'm going to try to make sure that Tom is hidden behind me and just kind of like be hanging on to my staff like I'm a frail lady who needs it for support.
Okay. Are you guys gonna follow Connor where he's waving?
But I can cast my silence spell, right?
Yeah, you can if you want to. The drawback to that is that you won't be able to hear anything. So
I thought I could like put it around the dragon.
Yeah, if you cast it on the dragon, he'll be silenced, but he'll immediately know that something's happening.
Okay. Okay.
Are you guys gonna follow Connor?
Yes, I say yes.
So.
For the moment. Carefully.
Okay. He kind of backs up slowly, and he goes into another little tunnel that takes a corner and ends in a little cavern, just a small one, about 20 feet in diameter. He ushers you in, and he says, "It can't hear us as well, but we still have to stay quiet." What are you doing here?
And I give Jane a look, because Jane, as an expert detective, knows this is the moment of confrontation where you don't know everything, but you know enough to confront the antagonist with what you do know so that he offers up the rest. So I give you that knowing look, and we decide who says what. Who wants to speak? Do you want to speak? I just keep looking at you, and you look back.
I think I actually don't want to draw attention to myself with Tana behind me and everything. So I think I'm going to kind of give you a little nod that means like, no, you go ahead, I'll jump in if I need to.
So I would say, in my best Jean-Luc Picard, Connor, we know what you've done, and we understand what you're trying to do here. But the question is why and what's happening here. Except I say it more eloquently, as if it's been scripted by television writers.
Absolutely. Give me a persuasion check, Jean-Luc.
I need a thing. I haven't done this all day. 20. Oh, wait.
Is that a nat 20?
25.
Woo!
Wow. Clutch
Spells
roll.
in disguise.
Yeah, right. Connor frowns and he's like, "Look, I didn't mean for anyone to die. I told Noah who had the gems, and I told him to get them for me. The idiot chose his own methods. I didn't tell him to hurt anyone. And then I needed the gems. I think that if I have the gems, I'll be able to go through that blue energy and see my wife again. But I didn't want to leave Jack, so I only had one. I needed at least one more, and I told Noah to get one for me, and that idiot decided to kill people. It's his fault. It's not mine.
Well, be that as it may, you are still responsible, Connor. That said, we still need answers. We need to understand a few more things. Number one, what actually happened to your wife? Was she killed, or did she disappear somehow?
She was killed, but I've discovered that this energy, this blue energy, it's the same way that you all travel here, and we can use it to go wherever we want. I can use it to go back to where she came from and before she left, and I can meet her there.
Oh, Connor, I mean, I look around at everyone else and say, look, we've all seen amazing things in this world, and we understand that need to want to go back and be with the people that we've lost, but sometimes things are over. I mean, look at what's happened simply because you've tried to do something to cheat death in a way no one else has been able to, no one else has been allowed to, and it's simply created more death. Is that worth it?
It was never my intention, and what's done is done.
Yes, you're right, actually, because I've tried to do this before, believe it or not. I've tried to stop wars and battles, and it never goes the way that you plan, and things can't be changed in that way.
I imagine Jean-Luc has also quite a lot to share about, about the capriciousness of time travel.
So holding Claire back a little bit, who's still very angry.
I'm maintaining.
Anyway, I would go back to the group and confer again briefly while we all keep an eye on him and his knocked arrow.
Okay.
So talking to the group, what is our goal here? I mean, there's a dragon, there's a portal. Do we intend to apprehend him and bring him back, which is what I would vote for? Are we in danger from this dragon?
Yeah, why is he trying to shoot the dragon?
Probably. We can ask him in a second.
Is the dragon making the stones?
Yeah.
We have lots of questions.
Actually, we do have more questions, but I think we need to figure out our next move. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think the next question should be, so this dragon, tell us what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we ask him about the dragon. He explains what's going on, and then we determine what happens next.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's going on with the dragon, Connor?
The dragon is the reason that there are people like you that come from elsewhere. There's this energy source, and I don't understand it, but the dragon's trying to get control of it, and every time it does so, it causes a shift, and more people like you appear, and sometimes the green gems show up scattered around the Gray Peaks as well. They seem to have some kind of connection with this. So the dragon's causing all these problems.
Is the dragon friendly at all?
No, green dragons are evil. Big time evil.
And what are you intending to do with the dragon?
Right.
Well, now that you're here, maybe we can team up and kill it.
And will the glowing ball go away?
Yeah.
No, the glowing ball is separate from the dragon. It found it, and it's trying to get control of it.
Okay.
And then what happens, Connor? You take Jack, you go through this portal without any consequences for what you've done. Is that your intention?
Well, with that 25 persuasion that Jean-Luc got, I think Jean-Luc can have happen here whatever he wants to have happen.
So then I would say to the group, it's clear we have an evil dragon. It is certainly causing these things. I mean, we don't want more people like us to be brought through the portal here. As nice as Hamlet is, it is clearly an imbalance in the universe that must be stopped.
Yes.
So we have been given an opportunity here to stop, to cease this evil and stop the dragon. But I think we must also convince Connor to come back. He whatever he thinks can happen here should not happen, and he needs to come back and face the consequences for what he's done. And so we should convince him to help us defeat this dragon and then go back to Hamlet.
He is on board with that plan.
Do we have to go past the dragon to get out? There's not a back.
You can leave the cave, but you can't interact with the energy source without going through the dragon.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
So if you all ever want to go back,
right.
and right now Connor's on your side, if he gets locked up,
Yeah.
you're not going to have him anymore.
Right.
Yeah. So we
Damn it, we
all
have to kill the dragon.
we've got to kill the dragon. We also do want to go back, but we also have a responsibility to the people that.
Well, if we could persuade Connor to destroy the force field after we're gone, that would probably be best.
Well, that's a big ask.
Roll another 25.
So what I'm hearing is step one,
Kill the dragon.
So step one. Well, step two, we could agree not to. I can't get over our ethical obligation, our moral obligation here to the town. We can't just cut and run.
No, it's step two, bring Connor back to the town.
And then decide if we want to go home.
Potentially step three, come back here and.
But we got to take care of this dragon.
Yeah.
And now we've got Connor, we got the little elf thing. We got 4 of us. We're strong. We've got phasers.
So I have been, let me think about this. So yeah, I've been trying to conceal Tana this whole time. I don't know, I'm trying to figure out if I can, I'm trying to figure out how I can at least, yeah, never mind. We'll just go, hopefully in the heat of the moment, if Connor did have any ill intention towards whatever, towards
Yeah, we
her
still
or-
don't know what that gas was yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm thinking. I don't really want the answer to that question in front of Tana, so let's hope that if I can keep her hidden until battle, then maybe we'll be on. I don't know. Let's just go ahead as planned, and then we'll deal with that when we have to.
Okay.
Okay, so Connor looks at you and says, okay, so you're going to help me. That's good. I can pepper it with arrows. What's the plan?
Plan. Now we have to plan. I guess I'm the tactician.
Take down a dragon.
So we're trying to kill the dragon first.
Yeah.
Okay. Can my bracers of defense do anything?
They will definitely help. So probably the best place for Lorelei to be is to just run up right to the thing and stab it with a rapier, because that's the way he does the most damage. She might benefit from some aid or some protection that Claire could give her before doing that.
And do we have any way of seeing whether you can just tell us, or if we have to do it in insight or something, figure out what the dragon's hit points are before we start fighting it?
You don't. You ask Connor. Connor says dragons are very dangerous, powerful creatures. This one's not very large or very old. which is good for us, and that's probably why it's trying to get at this power source to make itself more powerful. So I think that, you know, by myself, I don't know what my odds would be, but I think with the 5 of us, and he spots Tana and says 6, it'll improve our chances greatly. But I think this thing, you know, it's really dangerous, and some of us might die.
We can't go back and get that
Dragon Slayer.
The giant, I mean,
giant who's hunting dragons.
we did run across him for a reason. Seems our adventure seems to be going in a narrative arc, is what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
It probably wouldn't. The giant wouldn't fit down
I was
here.
gonna
It's a
say,
big
I
problem.
Oh.
It was kind of tough for us to get in here.
So, okay. I know my aid and the bonus points, but like the shield, I guess the shield of faith I could use. Not, yeah.
Yeah, Shield of Faith is also very helpful. That would
Okay.
make it harder for her to get hit.
Okay, let's do that one.
Okay.
Okay. Do you also want to do aid, or do you want to hang on to that?
Oh, I didn't realize I could do both. Yeah, let's. I mean, oh, yeah, Lorelei's. I'm hoping.
You can cast aid on 3 people.
Oh, well, that sounds great. Let's do. Well,
Like the weakest.
definitely. Oh, you think?
Yeah.
Hmm.
You don't want to pick the strongest because
Well, but Lorelei's going in for the kill.
yeah, definitely cast it on Lorelei and Jane.
Okay.
What are your hit points, Jane?
17.
Yeah, definitely Jane.
Okay. So Lorelei, Jane, and then how about Tana? Is she how recovered is she?
Tana still only has 1 hit point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tana's.
Let's do our little friend.
Okay.
And Eric, what is? I have 2 questions about 2 spells.
Yes.
Shield of Faith.
That's
Yes.
what I was just talking about.
That gives you a +2 to your armor class, so it makes it harder for you to get hit.
Okay, and if we have 3 slots, we can do 3 spells at a time. Or-
You can cast, exactly. You can cast 3 spells. Now, you also, Jean-Luc, use those spell slots for your Divine Smite, which allows you to do a ton of damage. So you and Lorelei are the damage output, basically. And Claire is the one to kind of help protect everyone and buff them and then heal them when they get injured. And then Jane is kind of doing whatever she can to bolster things.
And
Yeah.
I want to clarify, Lewis, I'm not sure if this is what you meant, but when you say 3 spells at once, you can still only do 1 spell per turn.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
You can only cast 1 spell per turn, right?
I'm at 25 hit points anyway, so I'm good. So Divine Smite, and I also have Sacred Weapon, right?
Yes.
Which one you
Yeah,
want?
yeah, yeah, that's right. You have Sacred Weapon.
Which Sacred Weapon is +3 weapon for 1 minute.
Yep.
So you can cast the weapon and attack at the same time with your weapon.
Yeah, so what you would do is like just right before you guys go into battle, use Sacred Weapon, and then it would last for the whole duration of the battle.
And I could not use. Oh, okay. Well, it says 1 minute, but
Yeah, a minute's going to be 10 rounds, so
Hmm.
for all practical purposes, it's the whole combat.
got it. And Divine Smite I can only use at a different time.
When you hit, yeah, when you hit, then you have the option to use Divine Smite.
Okay.
Oh, so I could use Sacred Weapon and Divine Smite at the same time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah,
good.
100%.
Well, that's going to happen then. We're a little bad about sneaking up on him, but we're fairly confident he's evil, so it's kind of like running into a board, really.
Right.
I just think of it that way.
Claire, did you want to do Shield of Faith on anybody?
Oh, yeah, I want to do it on Lorelei.
Okay, great. So Lorelei, your armor class goes up by 2, so you're at 15 now with those nice bracers. Right? Did I do that right? No, you're at 16. I forgot the bracers. Okay, so Lorelei and Jean-Luc are both pretty hard to hit. And those 2 will probably be the ones that are like running up to engage the thing, and everybody else would be kind of hanging back.
I have a question about my ring of shielding.
Yes.
It says 1 per encounter. What does that mean?
Once per battle, basically. You
Okay,
can
so
use the
same kind of
shield.
thing. So I activate my ring of shielding.
That'll be as a reaction. So if you get hit, then you activate it, and it adds 5 to your armor class for that hit.
Okay,
But you could give that ring to someone else if you wanted to.
right. That's kind of what I'm trying to decide. Lorelei, what are your hit points?
She's at
Oh.
29 now.
Okay,
Oh,
pretty high.
yeah.
Higher than mine.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry, Jane. I
29? Okay.
didn't help out there.
Did anyone want to heal up Tana anymore? she's,
Well,
down, she's down 11 hit points.
I have a healing potion. Can I give that?
Yeah, definitely. Why don't you roll that for me? A 1d4 plus 1?
A what? Okay, a 1, a dice with a
4.
4.
Little pyramid.
Little
looking
pyramid
thing.
guy.
4. It's the bottom.
3 plus 1 is 4.
4.
Okay, great. She is better off. She has 10 hit points.
Cool.
Okay, any other preparatory things?
I don't think I have anything that would be super helpful except to try and throw some spells.
Right. You know what might be actually pretty effective would be to give your staff of striking to Lorelei
Okay.
to use instead of her rapier.
Give her a little reach.
Well, more importantly, she could use the striking part of the staff when she hits. So one, it'll help her to hit because it's magical,
That's right. There's all kinds of stuff.
and then it'll do more damage when she hits.
Okay, yeah, I think I definitely do that. Lorelei, what, so you had your rapier, do you have any other weapons?
I have 2 daggers and bracers of defense.
Okay, I have, I'm trying to decide if I want to ask for her daggers, since I have proficiency in them as well, just so that I have something to
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
defend myself if necessary. My plan is to hang back and
Watch with me.
and throw spells, yeah.
Throw spells.
Yeah.
Okay, Lorelei, so you have the staff of striking. You have a +5 when you attack with that to hit, and the base damage is 1d6 plus 3, but you can use energy within the staff to add damage to it when you hit. You can use up to 3 charges at a time, and for each charge you add another 6-sided dice. So you could, when you hit, do 4d6 with using 3 charges, and then if you have your sneak attack, you add on 2 more 2d6 to that. So Lorelei has the opportunity to do a ton of damage with that staff of striking.
Okay. I didn't understand a lot of that.
Yeah.
We'll go over it if it happens.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so you guys are set?
I
Yeah.
think so.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I've got my leather armor on.
Yep. And Connor has cure wounds and some spells too. So okay, why don't we go ahead and roll initiative? So roll your d20, and then initiative should be in the top middle of your character sheet.
Everybody doing this?
Yes.
Mhm.
Initiative. You go first.
You need the thing.
12.
12 for Lorelei.
14.
Claire.
9 for Lewis.
9 for Jean-Luc. Okay.
Jean-Luc Picard.
Okay, we got a lot of actors here. So, so you guys head back out to the ledge. There's a way to get down to the ground level. So Lorelei and Jean-Luc head down there, and Connor, kind of stands up, draws his bow back, the green dragon lifts its head and looks over at you and has this kind of startled expression, frankly. Jane.
I cast sleep.
Okay. Give me intelligence check first of all.
That's probably a good idea.
She's in her like hibernate.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in scrubs for one of these?
No.
Not one. Nope. 10.
10.
13.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm using my. Oh wait. Well, we'll say that. I guess we'll say that was. It might have been a 7, but I picked it up, so no, I don't know.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll go with 13 days Paris thing. That's one of my 410 rolls.
Oh, good call. Okay. Yeah, this thing probably does not have a few enough number of hit points to be. Right. Is the music coming through okay, you guys?
Yeah.
It's a little over
Loud?
your.
Very.
It's harder to hear the voice. Yeah. That's
Oh my
right.
God.
Is
Oh,
that better?
yes.
Okay, great.
Makes me feel like I have to go.
Okay. What? So on that intelligence
Yes.
roll, what do I think about fog cloud or charm person?
Charm person is definitely not going to work because this is a monster, not a person. You have Tasha's hideous laughter.
I do, but I don't have it prepared.
Okay, you can say it's prepared.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just take off another one.
Uh-huh.
Let's kick off speed.
Would probably be your most effective thing to do.
Okay.
Ooh, and you know what? You have a 4 portent roll.
Oh, I do, don't I?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You wave a feather at the thing, and it was a saving throw. What's your DC for spells?
Is that my spell save DC?
Yes.
13.
13. Okay, it succeeds. But if you want to use your portent,
Yeah, we might as well. Let's do damage to this
just
thing.
falls to the
right
wall.
away. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it fails. It falls prone, incapacitated, and unable to stand up. When it takes damage, it's another saving throw. Okay, so it is prone, which means that anybody who attacks it is going to have an advantage to do so. Claire.
Okay. I want to use, I think it's my last one, which is a spiritual weapon.
Yeah, spiritual weapons. That's a good spell.
Oh!
What's that?
Woo!
Woo!
Knock that shit.
Okay, floating spectral weapon. Roll to hit.
Say that again. Roll what?
It's a melee attack, so you roll your 20-sided dice.
Okay.
Add your strength and your proficiency, so you add 2.
Uh, 16.
16, yeah. So you conjure this glowing hammer, and it crashes down, and some of the scales on the thing fracture, and you see a little bit of blood coming out. So roll an 8-sided dice. Little diamond one. Add 3.
6.
Six. What'd you say?
Yeah, she said 6.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you damage the thing. And actually, that spell is a bonus action, so you could do something else if you want. You could hit it with your sling.
Enough? We think that'll be enough?
Yeah, just keep hitting it.
All right, sure. Let's try it. That's all I got.
Yeah, can't hurt, might help.
That's the 4.
Okay, that is not going to hit. Sling rock
No.
goes.
No. What dice do I use? The 4?
Oh, 20. There's 20. So roll a
20.
hit.
Sorry, Eric.
That's okay.
13.
13. Yeah, it hits the thing's scales and blinks off. Okay, that's Connor's turn. He draws 2 arrows and fires. And first one hits. So he buries an arrow in the side of this thing. More blood oozes out of it. It's probably gunning for its hideous laughter. There we go. Okay, and it is not laughing anymore.
Yeah.
That was effective for those rounds. Okay, Lorelei, you're on the cave floor. You're about 30 feet away from it. You can walk up and bash it with this staff.
Okay, and that's what I'll do.
So then you're going to roll to hit your 20-sided dice and add 5.
And plus 5, 15.
15. Okay. You crash the thing and it just lifts up a arm and you hit against the scales and don't quite damage it. It has an armor class of 16, so that's what we're looking for to hit.
Yes.
Dragon. So the dragon gets back up on its feet after having laughed. Inhale and breathes out, and this ball of poisonous green gas. For those of you on the ledge. So Lorelei and Jean-Luc, you are fine. Everybody else, give me a dexterity saving throw. That's going to be near the upper left hand of your first page under saving throws. DC is 14.
I see dexterity and it's not accessing my thing.
What's it? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't fill it in. Oh, wow. I'm sorry. It's bad. It's just plus 0.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And no good. Okay, Claire, what'd you get? Okay, and Connor and Tana both fail. Okay, so everybody failed?
Would I be able to use my ring of shielding?
No, it's not an attack. Yeah, it's a saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Okay, so this gas comes up and burns and chokes everybody for 10 points of damage. James down to 12. Claire is down to 12. Connor's down to 48. Yep.
Oh, did my hit points go up?
Yeah, you had your 5 bonus hit points from the aid spell.
Gotcha.
Tana drops unconscious.
Ah, crap.
It also takes a swipe at Lorelei with one of its claws and misses. Jean-Luc.
Okay, I'm doing both Sacred Weapon and Divine Smite. So what do I do?
You got to roll to hit first. Step number 1. So you have a plus 5 to this because you have your divine or your Sacred Weapon on.
Okay, so just roll this
The
thing.
20?
Yeah. I'm lucky 16. 18 plus 5 is 23.
Woo!
Definitely hit the thing's center of mass with the phaser burning a hole through it. So yeah, you can use 1 spell level of your Divine Smite. So you're going to roll 3 8-sided dice and add 3 to that.
I did? Oh, no.
I've got it. I'll just
you
roll
do?
it 3 times.
Okay.
So I roll 3 8-sided dice and add what?
Add 3.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna 1.
7.
Okay.
1. $19.
19 points of damage. Ooh, man, you you hit the thing and with your divine energy just burn a hole through one of its wings. It rears up, screams in pain as that tremendous amount of damage gets done to it. Tana is unconscious. Roll a death saving throw. She fails. Jane.
Okay, can I do, I don't know, would I need to do another wisdom saving, or not, another intelligence check to see what of my spells might be able to hurt this thing now that it's got some damage?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. So once it is damaged enough, sleep may work. So you could roll a medicine check
Okay.
to determine that.
Okay. And that returns an action, right?
Correct. That's just checking it out.
That is a confirmed nat 1. I've got 5.
Okay. Who knows?
Great.
Eventually, sleep will work.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think I have anything else that I can do. I don't know if we actually established whether Lorelei and I traded weapons, whether she gave me her daggers.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Yeah, so Lorelei, would you have, in the past, have been willing to give me the daggers when I gave you my staff striking?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll give you-
okay,
I'll
alright,
give you the daggers.
okay, I throw a dagger at it.
Okay, great. So roll with disadvantage because it's at a long range. You have a plus to this.
7.
Okay. All right. Dagger goes whing, spinning off into the darkness.
Okay, well, I managed to lose a dagger. That's what I do this turn.
Okay, Claire, you have your spiritual weapon. Roll for that.
Oh,
Roll hit.
9.
Not enough. It bounces off its scales. What do you want to do for your action?
Would Sacred Flame count?
Yeah, you can totally sacred flame this thing.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, great. So I think this is a saving throw on its part. Dexterity saving throw. Yep, it saves. No damage. Alright, you sacred flame it and it ducks out of the way, avoiding that. Connor shoots, misses. Lorelei.
All right. So I still have my rapier, right?
You do. The staff of striking is better, but you can use your rapier.
I can still use the other staff. I didn't.
Yes. No. Yeah. You didn't burn it or anything. It's still in your hand.
Yeah. Okay. So I just hit him with it like that.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take another swing at it.
Great. All right. Roll to hit. What'd you get?
1.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. All right. Lorelei smashes.
Okay. Oh no!
the
Wait,
ground.
7. Sorry, 7. But still, that's not much better.
Yeah, smashes the ground in front of her. The ground kind of cracks, so that's cool. Did not hit the dragon. Okay, the dragon is going to claw Lorelei, and hits for 5 points of damage. Lorelei's down to 24. It's going to claw Lorelei again, and misses, and it's going to try to bite Jean-Luc, and hits
Ah!
for 12 points of damage.
Oh.
Jean-Luc's down to 13. Okay, so did its claw bite. Jean-Luc.
Same thing as last time.
Yeah, fire it up.
I can't do Divine Smite again, right?
You can. You still have more spell slots. You only used one last time.
Oh, right. Yeah, we're just going to keep doing this until... Here we go. Not enough.
Oh, all right. Phaser blast goes off into the cave. Tana. There's another failed death save.
How many does
Three
Three.
equals dead.
Oh no!
Use it too. Jane.
Connor firing, by the way? Do we...
Connor missed both turns. Connor's worth nothing.
Who invited him?
the dragon didn't take any more?
It did not take any more damage, no.
Alright, I throw my other dagger at it.
Alright.
Literally all I can do.
Jane.
Plus 2,
Yes.
16.
Hey, just barely hit.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, roll
That's embarrassing.
2 points of damage. Okay, you clip it with a dagger. Barely scrape it, but do something. Claire. So spiritual hammer first of all. Roll to hit that.
I can do it again? I thought I was done.
Yeah. No, it just keeps going. It lasts.
Oh my god. Yeah!
It's like the best spell.
Okay. Yeah, then let's keep going.
It lasts for a minute. It'll last the whole combat.
Beautiful.
Is it? 9? Okay. Nope. What about for your action?
Well, I think all I can do is the Sacred Flame.
You could do Sacred Flame. If you wanted to do Spare the Dying, that would stabilize Kana. If you want to do that.
Oh, and I can do that a lot. So yeah, let's do that. I can do that at unlimited. Okay, cool.
Okay, you reach out, cast Spare the Dying, and Kana is stabilized. Connor. Twice miss. And that's a hit. Finally, he's gonna.
Where were all the misses yesterday?
Yeah,
Hey, hey.
you're back.
I can't decide if this music sounds like the lower level of Dragon Con. Right outside the, what is the booth? That band, the big band that plays at Dragon Con all the time.
Yeah,
Crux Shadows.
Crux Shadows.
Oh, really?
totally
No kidding.
Or the music in Bunheads. Do you want to see something?
Yeah.
Remember that episode?
Vaguely. I gotta watch Bunheads again.
You gotta watch Bunheads again.
Yeah.
Okay, Connor actually hit it this time. Next up, Lorelei.
All right. I'm taking another swipe, and I'm pissed now because he took a slash at me.
Yes.
Ten.
10 total, or you rolled a 10?
10. I rolled a 10.
10. And you're adding, what do we decide? Plus 5.
What am I
15.
looking at?
Oh, just barely.
So close.
So close. You hit it solid, but its scales are just too tough. Yeah, the dragon's gonna do the same thing. That worked pretty well last time. So claw, bite. Claw hits Lorelei. Claw misses Lorelei. Bite hits Jean-Luc.
Dang it.
So Lorelei takes 10 points of damage. She's down to 14. And Jean-Luc, you take 11 points of damage. You're down to 2.
Oh!
Okay, Jean-Luc.
I'm out of healing potions, right? So
You are out of healing potions. You do have lay on hands though, so you could heal yourself with that 15 hit points.
yeah, let me do that since I'm at 2. Does that mean I can't attack?
Exactly.
Well, I might as well because what use am I?
Yeah. The alternative is if you think Claire could come and heal you.
And
Go for the attack.
all right, let's attack him. Screw it. Divine Smite and just try to beat 16. I add 3 to whatever I get on this, right?
Yes. You actually had 5 total.
Okay. Yeah, last time I got 7, so it doesn't matter.
You need an 11.
11. Lucky 11. Lucky 11. 7.
All right, yeah, just this time you actually hit it, but again, its scales are too tough to get through. Tana is stable. Jane, sure. Yeah, take some damage so you can tell. 16. It's possible if you cast it at a second level that sleep would have an effect.
What about fog cloud? Do I think that would do anything different?
The thing about fog cloud is it would make it harder for everyone.
Gotcha.
So
That's
like
a whole.
yeah, it would make it harder for like Connor to shoot it. It would also make it harder for the dragon to hit people, but it would make it harder for people to hit the dragon. So it's basically a net 0.
And there's no reason I can't cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter again.
No, you got enough
Right?
spell slots.
Yeah, okay, I do that.
Okay. Okay, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, you shake a little feather at it. It makes it saving throw. So it's not laughing. Okay, Claire. So you see Jean-Luc is heavily injured. You could healing word from here and sort of stay on the ledge away from the dragon, or you could run down to him and cast Cure Wounds.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do healing word because if I get hit, we're all dead.
Okay, great. And then you can actually cast that now that you have second level spells. Because you still have. Oh no, you cast 8 in spiritual weapons. Never mind. So you only have first level spell. Okay, so healing word. So 1d4 plus 2 plus 3. 1d4 plus 5.
Lower, Eric. I'm so sorry. 2d. Tell me again.
1d4 plus 5. The little pyramid guy.
2, 7.
7. All right, Jean-Luc is back up to 9.
Woo!
Probably not enough to survive another bite, but you never know. Okay, Connor takes another couple shots, hits, misses. All right, does a little bit more damage, not too much. Lorelei.
I have potion of healing. Can I try and heal Jean-Luc some more?
Absolutely, yeah. You could basically pour the potion down his throat if you want.
Yeah. Do I have to roll anything for that?
You just roll how much you heal, so the d4 and add 1.
Okay. Two
So
2 plus
3
1.
total?
3 total, I guess.
3 total. Okay, Jean-Luc is up to 12.
Oh, all right.
Okay. Dragon goes. Let's see if it regenerated stuff weapon. It's gonna do the same thing. Claw bites. Misses Lorelei. Hits Lorelei. Misses Jean-Luc. Uh,
14.
Lorelei takes 8 points of damage. She's down to 6 hit points. Jean-Luc, your go.
Alrighty. Next time. Nope.
Oh man. Oh, you guys are having a bad string. This is not good. Tana's stable. Back to the top, Jane.
Okay, or just go for a second level sleep.
Yeah, that's a good question to be thinking about.
You know what? All I've got at second level is detect thoughts. That's not going to help me in this setting, so I'm gonna cast sleep at a second level.
Okay.
So what do I do for that?
It's going to be 78.
Okay. And I add these up.
So those are 3. So start with those 3.
Okay.
You roll them all at the same time.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's 9.
9, and then roll those 3 again.
19, right?
9, 17, 22, 28. Roll that again. 39 hit points worth. Okay, you cast your powered up sleep spell on this dragon, and you see it get like so sleepy. Like it gets its eyes like really closed and heavy lidded, and then it kind of shakes it off and wake it up. So you think that you just barely missed affecting the thing.
Did I weaken it?
No. Okay, Claire.
Okay, I'm gonna do my spiritual weapon again, right?
Yeah, definitely.
17 on the dice.
That hits it. Roll a d8 plus 3.
8. 8.
Nice. All right, the hammer crashes into the things. Scales go flying all over the place. Connor's gonna shoot it. Yes. Hit. Lorelei.
All right, I'm taking another swipe at it.
Great.
How many hit points does Lorelei have now?
She's at 6. She'll be fine.
Lorelei.
4
Oh,
plus whatever, but still.
yeah. No, just missing.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Okay, the dragon flaps its wings and lifts off and flies down one of the caverns that leads into this place, fleeing the battle while it still can. Jean-Luc, it's still in range if you want to do one last shot at it.
Yeah, I do. Ooh, so stressed about my rolls. Not enough.
Not enough.
13.
No. Shooting off, and the dragon leaves, but you have successfully driven it off, and maybe the giant will catch up with it.
Here we go.
with any luck.
So was it her 8 points that did it?
I mean, you guys were very, very close to killing it, and dragons don't like dying. So, yeah, if Jane had just rolled a little bit better on the sleep, or if it had been a little bit more damage, it had 32 hit points, and you rolled 29.
Oh, wow.
But you guys have driven off the green dragon that was protecting this temporal rift in space-time, according to Jean-Luc. And you are triumphant.
Yay.
Connor.
Yeah. So
Well, so Connor agreed to come back with us to Hamlet.
Yep.
And I think we're all, you know, I think we're all in agreement that we're not going to try to dip out of this place right now.
Great.
no, yeah, I think we go back to town. I think I'm trying to decide what to do with Tana.
Oh, can we keep her?
Yeah. Well, let's keep her at least for the moment. She probably needs some tending from Claire. And I'm going to try to do the same kind of thing, like try to manipulate her through whichever way we go back. I don't know if we have to go back through the town.
You
but
do, yeah.
We do. Okay, so I'm going to try to like.
Yeah, you're not able to.
Okay, well then I take take a knee, talk to her, try to tell her that, so sorry, and we're going to try to, do what we're going to take care of her, basically. I'm just looking at things and trying to come up with if there's anything that correlate, I guess persuasion, like what correlates to comfort.
Yeah, you can do medicine, but yeah, she's sad, but you comfort her.
Okay.
Yeah, and we can just story through the rest of it. So you guys take Connor and Tana back to Hamlet. You explain to Councilman Bailey what all is going on. He agrees to hold Connor responsible when the magistrate comes through on the next time he's in Hamlet to try both Noah and Connor. Connor had a green gem on him as well, so you guys now have 4 green gems. And Connor explains that you should be able to use that to walk into the blue energy and go back from whence you came. You guys get Tana settled in. She actually moves into Charlie's house since it was abandoned, and his wife doesn't want it, so she moves in and takes up residence in the town of Hamlet. And the townsfolk are certainly sad that Albin and Charlie are dead, but they're grateful that you figured out what was going on and stopped the problem, and furthermore that you drove off the dragon, and hopefully will stop these earthquakes and these temporal rifts that are bringing other innocents from other worlds into Hamlet. So anything you guys want to do before, are you going to, I presume you're going to go back to where you came from.
I think so.
Oh yeah.
Are you going to do anything here before you leave?
Just invite everybody to the what is it called? The Daisy Chain for a farewell gathering.
Oh,
Cocktail.
nice. Yeah. You
Cocktail
invite
party.
people over to the Daisy Chain. There's like a great big potluck. Everybody brings their favorite recipe to share. Have a really nice, pleasant party. Lorelei kind of like flitting around and hostessing and
Event organizing.
yeah.
Buy some candles from the candle thing.
Right.
Good.
Nice.
Yeah, you get some custom made little green dragon candles that Victoria makes for the occasion.
I would definitely write down as many health tips as possible.
Like exercise.
We should invite what's her face from the Witch of the Woods.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like use this plant to keep your teeth clean. You know, you want to sanitize.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, sanitation. I mean, just starting there, that's like huge.
Write it all down.
Nice.
I think Jane is going to talk to Claire and try to figure out what time, like she understands the very complicated nature of Claire's life and how she's been jumping through time all over the place. But we're gonna try to figure out if we overlap in England at any time.
Oh my God.
And this may, this may be when I'm a lot older, but we're gonna like.
Didn't you just lecture somebody about messing with space-time and you're planning to meet up?
Or exchange letter.
Hey, if you're ever in 1960, drop by and see me.
Well, actually,
For both of us. Because Jane is going to be like a lot older by that point. So
Right.
yeah, we're going to figure it out, but we know that it's going to be in our future. We're not planning to meet each other's past selves.
Uh-huh.
You
I'm not seeing any of you ever again.
Uh-huh.
Not on purpose. You all died hundreds of years before I was born.
Right. Right.
Excellent. You guys have a wonderful last party. You equip Hamlet with the most advanced medical technology in the world at that time, and it eventually flourishes into a prosperous town of healing.
I teach them some songs from the 80s.
yeah.
Their bards become the healthiest, most prolific bards in the land, and you all go back to your time, having helped this poor little town of Hamlet. Yay.
Oh.